Okay. Come, my dear friend, regarding of our free online coaching CPK 2025 and other competitive exams, today's our eminent resource person, Dr. Rani Komedi Madam Garu, Assistant Professor, Head Department of Botany, Government Degree College, Autonomous Debate. Madam, please welcome. Start your session and share your screen, madam. Please welcome.
Thank you, sir. Very good evening to all participants. So as part of our topic, today I'm going to, sir, are you visible my screen, sir?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about the endosperm. Endosperm topic. So yesterday we are completed the fertilization, double fertilization and triple fission. So this process is completed and today we are going to discuss about the endosperm. So endosperm, it is a nutritive tissue. It's stored in the seed for the embryo and that is formed by the fusion of one male gamete with the polar nuclei. Okay. So the endosperm, it makes the main source of food for the developing embryo. The endosperm, it makes the main source of food for the embryo. In gymnosperms, so the endosperm is the haploid condition and it forms a continuous of the female gametophyte. On the other way, in angiosperms, it is formed mostly as the result of the fusion of the two polar nuclei and one of the male gamete. So it's looking like 3N state. So triploid condition. In gymnosperms, it is in the haploid state. In the angiosperms, it is in the triploid case. So, but in several cases, the endosperm, it is formed to a great extent even before the first division of the oospore. So, however, the endosperm formation is suppressed in two angiospermic families, almost in the Orchidaceae and Podostomaceae. These two families, it is looking like a suppressed in these two angiospermic families. Remaining all are, they have this condition. So, Orchidaceae and Podostomaceae, the endosperm formation is suppressed. Okay. So, this, the endosperm, it plays a main role in the diet of the human beings also. The endosperm is found in all angiosperms except Orchidaceae and Podostomaceae and Trapezae also. So this almost three families, it is suppressed in these angiospermic families like Orchidaceae, Podostomaceae and Trapezae. So the seeds without endosperm, that is called as the non-endospermous seeds, or it is also other name exalbuminous seeds. Without endosperm seeds are called exalbuminous seeds or non-endospermous seeds. So the seed containing the endosperm, that is the endosperms, are albuminous. So those who are containing the endosperm, that seeds are called as the endospermous or albuminous seeds. So this endosperm, it is replaced by fleshy cotyledons in the dicotyledons. So we know that some of the families, like all the Fabaceae, so and other, so they are fleshy cotyledons. And in monocotyledons, the endosperm, it persists in the mature seeds and stores the food also. In monocotyledons, so the endosperm also, it is in the persist in the mature seeds too, and it stores the food. So this endosperm tissue is rich in carbohydrates and it is also contains proteins and lipids. So that's why it is a complete, it plays a main role in the diet of the human beings and it has the almost very healthy, that means carbohydrates, proteins and lipids rich in their tissues. So that's why this tissue is rich in the carbohydrates, proteins and lipids. So, and what is the important features? So the characteristics of the endosperm. The endosperm development takes place from the triploid cell. That means in the 3N state in the embryo sac. So yesterday we have discussed that completely. The endosperm is in the angiosperms is the triploid. So it takes place from the triploid cell in the embryo sac. So the second male gamete fuses with the diploid secondary nucleus. So to form the PEN, primary endosperm nucleus, and a triploid cell. So this process is known as triple fission. As I told you yesterday, so that is the triple fission. After the complete through this only, the endosperm is formed in the embryo sac. So these endospermic cells are mostly triploid, but in some plants, they may be diploid or polyploids also. So in some conditions, in other, they may be in the 2x state or other. So 4x to 50n, up to 50x or 50n state. So that is the polyploid condition. In some of the dicots, the mature seeds, they contain food stored in the endosperm. They are called as the endospermic or albuminous seeds. So castor, for example, castor seeds are castor. And in beans, peas, gram seeds, so all that belongs to the Fabaceae family. The endosperm is completely absorbed during the development, and food is stored in 2 cotyledons. So they are called as the exalbuminous seeds. So they don't have this. So that is the exalbuminous seeds. The endosperm mostly contains starch as food reserve, but it may be contain the fats also in the castor oil. So this is the some characteristics. It is 3x state. So in the angiospermic, the process is called triple fission. So they are mostly triploid condition in some plants. So it may be either diploid or polyploid condition. So the mature seeds containing the food storage in the endosperm. So that is the endospermic, and some of the other endosperm completely absorbing during development. So they are called as the exalbuminous seeds. For example, Fabaceae. So they are mostly rich in, so they contains the starch as food reserve. Okay. So this is the characteristics, and the endosperm provide the nutrients to seeds during the dormancy also. Okay. So this endosperm also contains the certain hormones like cytokinins, and they are almost helps in cell differentiation. So we know that some of the coconut, they are used in the tissue culture treatments, tissue culture development. So the culturing process, we are using some hormones like auxins and cytokinins. So the cytokinins are very rich in the coconut. So coconut milk or water. So the hormones like cytokinins, they are helps in the cell differentiation. In some grains like wheat, maize, barley, so they all are belongs to the Graminae or Poaceae family. The endosperm is almost they are the help for the source of the food. So they are the nutrient, or they are the source of the food material. Wheat, maize, barley. So alluran layers, some of the other, they are very rich in that. And some of the white flour, that is also used to prepare bread, only contains, so the endosperm is the almost their sourced seeds also. And the outer layer of the endosperm is the alluran layer, like Oryza sativa or wheat, so Triticum vulgare, they all are containing the outer layer of the seed. So that is the known as the alluran layer. So it secretes the amylase enzyme, which breaks down the starch. It will contain in the endosperm to sugars for utilization by the seedlings. So this is the complete alluran layer also, one of the other endosperm. So it secretes some amylase enzyme. So it is also helpful for that completely that endosperm to sugars for the utilization by the seedlings. And Orchidaceae, so orchid seeds, they are lack an endosperm. This is the example, like coconut water is the example of a liquid endosperm. So this is the liquid endosperm. Kobbar neelu, that is also a liquid form of the endosperm, which are very resource proteinaceous water. And coming in that, so the types of endosperms, there are 3 general types of endosperm formation. So in that, first one is the nuclear endosperm, second one is the cellular endosperm, and third one is the helobial endosperm. So that means the primary endosperm nucleus develops into endosperm. It differs in various plants. So the endosperms are divided into 3 main types based on their development pattern. So based on their development process, nuclear endosperm, cellular endosperm, and helobial endosperm. So in this, of these 3 types, the nuclear endosperm is the most common, and it is found in about 56% of families of the angiosperms. So this is the very common endosperm. Nuclear endosperm type is the most common, almost 50% above, 56% of families have this type of the endosperm. Okay, so this cellular endosperm, it occurs in the 25%, and helobial endosperm occur in the 19% of the families. So that means the nuclear endosperm is very common. Half of the percentage, or 56% of families have angiospermic plants have this nuclear endosperm, and cellular endosperm is the 1/4, 25%, and helobial endosperm is so below the 1/4% of the families. So further, the cellular endosperm is mostly confined to dicotyledonous families, and the helobial endosperm to the monocotyledonous families. So especially nuclear, the cellular endosperm is completely, it only belongs to the dicotyledonous, helobial completely confined to the monocotyledonous families. So where the embryos grows slowly and seed contain the immature undifferentiated embryo, so that endosperm is cellular endosperm. Okay, we will see one by one in this type. So this is the almost nuclear endosperm, cellular endosperm, and helobial endosperm. This is 3 types. I'll show in one slide types of the endosperm. So free nuclear endosperm, A, B is the cellular endosperm, and C is the helobial endosperm. So what does occur? Almost they all are the micropylar and divisions takes place to form the 3 types. Okay, so this is the nuclear, and second one is the cellular, and third one is the helobial. Just to first 1, 2, 3 steps are very common, and remaining the formation is differ from the formation of cells. They are containing some of the cells are there almost to go through the upper and lower places. So micropylar or collageal portion, that is the differentiation to the last stage of forming of the endosperm. Okay, so now the nuclear endosperm, very common and most common type of the endosperm. So in this type of endosperm, the division of the primary endosperm nucleus and its further divisions are not followed by the wall formation. So it's very, very important. They all are, the divisions takes place within the cell. So 1 will get to 2 to 4, 4 to 8, and 8 to 16. All the divisions takes place. So further divisions are not followed by the wall formation. Pre-nuclear divisions. Pre-nuclear cells are formed. So they are not followed by the wall formation. So that's why it is most common type of endosperm. Here the primary endosperm nucleus divides repeatedly. So mitotic divisions without cytokinesis. సో వితౌట్ సైటోకైన్సిస్ మీన్స్ ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అని అంటే డివిజన్స్ అన్ని అవుతాయి, బట్ ఓన్లీ ద ఆల్మోస్ట్ ద సెల్స్ ఆర్ డివిజన్ సెల్స్ ఆర్ just they are lie in the same place. They do not followed, they do not form any walls in between that cells. So that is without cytokinesis. It results in the formation of a large number of free nuclei are formed in the same cell. So a large central vacuole is formed and nuclei get arranged at the periphery. Just to this is the complete formation, the stages in the development of the nuclear type of endosperm. So this is the first primary endosperm nucleus. It will undergo the mitotic divisions to give the two cells, and almost 2 to 4 divisions are occur. Number of cells are formed, but all the cells, they are lying in the same. They don't surrounding any wall formation. So all are undergoing the free nucleus. So number of cells are formed in this way. So the nuclei may either remain free or in the later stages, they may be become separated by walls. So that means in the coming generation. So as divisions progress, the nuclei are being pushed towards the periphery. So there's a large central vacuole is formed, the center portion. Okay, so the large central vacuole is formed. Often the nuclei are especially, they are aggregated at the micropylar and collagen end of the sac, and they will form only a thin layer at the sides only. Generally, the endosperm nuclei in the collagen part of the embryo sac have been observed to be larger than those in the micropylar end. So almost here only I'll take 5 to 6 divisions. But at the last stage, the nuclei are aggregated at the micropylar and collagen ends. So this is the micropylar and collagen ends of the sac. They form only a thin layer at the sides only. Okay. So the endosperm nuclei in the collagen part of the embryo sac have been observed to be larger. Collagen portion takes place very larger than those in the micropylar end. So in this process, the number of free nuclear divisions varies in different plants. So for example, in Primula, Malva, these all are etc. Several hundred endosperm nuclei are formed, which are seen lining the wall of the embryo sac. So just to, this is also one other plant, Lomatia. So besides the besides the main collagen hastoreum, the complete in these plants, number of single-celled finger-shaped projections are present all over the endosperm. So this increase the absorbing surface of the endosperm. So this is the some other way. This is also in other, and nuclear endosperm in Grevillea robusta. So it's very, very important. Grevillea robusta, presence of vermiform appendages at the complete end of the, ఇక్కడ మీకు కింద కనబడుతుంది pre-nuclear endosperm, and this is the cellular endosperm, this is the embryo. But this pre-nuclear endosperm is prolonged presence of the vermiform appendages at the complete collagen end of the endosperm is reported. So in which collagen endosperm it will called almost hastoreum, it will remains the free nuclei. This is also some, this is the very common developing pre-nuclear mitotic divisions are occur in the cell. So in this the central vacuole is formed and they are segregated by collagen portion and micropylar portion. So whatever it may be, collagen part is embryo sac have been larger than those the micropylar end. So the number of free nuclear divisions, they are vary in the different plants. So this is the complete in the Lomatia, the main collagen hastoreum, it will undergo the single celled. ఇక్కడ మీకు కనబడుతుంది hastoria and cellular endosperm, embryo. So it's look like a projections, finger shaped projections are present all over the endosperm. So this increases the absorbing surface of the endosperm. In Grevillea robusta, so it will form the vermiform appendages. So it's look like a at the callagel portion. Okay, so in which callagel endosperm haustorium remains the prenuclear. And in the Crotalaria gentiana, so genumu, the wall formation is confined to the upper region. So this one in the Crotalaria, the wall formation is confined to the upper region of the embryo sac. The callagel region remains prenuclear and it often elongates and behave like an haustorium. So this lower one is the haustorium, endosperm haustorium, and upper one is formed as a cellular endosperm. So this is the nuclear endosperm in the Crotalaria gentiana. So the wall formation is confined to the upper region. So this one only of the embryo sac, and the callagel region, it will remain prenuclear and it is often elongates and it behaves like an haustorium. Haustoria is almost absorb the food material from the tissues. So that is the way. And in coconut, so in the coconut, the cell wall formation is incomplete. So it resulting in the outer multicellular solid endosperm and inner multinucleated liquid endosperm. So we know that in the coconut, కొబ్బరి బొండాలో కనుక తీసుకున్నట్లయితే some liquid form also there. So that is the coconut milk and that is completely at the whitish మనకి మధ్యలో కనబడేటటువంటి outer multicellular solid endosperm. So that is the multinucleated and liquid endosperm is the coconut milk. మనకి కోకోనట్ లో వాల్ ఫార్మేషన్ ఇస్ ఇన్కంప్లీట్ రిజల్టింగ్ ఇన్ ద అవుటర్ మల్టీసెల్యులార్, అన్ని కూడా దగ్గరకు వచ్చేసి వైటిష్ లైట్ కొబ్బరి ఉంటుంది. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద సాలిడ్ ఎండోస్పమ్ అండ్ కొబ్బరి నీళ్లు హ్యావింగ్ ఫ్రీ న్యూక్లీ లిక్విడ్ ఎండోస్పమ్ ఇన్ ద కోకోనట్ మిల్క్. ఓకే, సో ఇన్ ద న్యూక్లియర్ ఎండోస్పమ్ ఇన్ ద లిమ్నాంథస్. సో లిమ్నాంథస్ ఆల్సో zygote, primary endosperm nucleus, embryo sac, the central vacuole is formed. So endosperm undergo the complete mitotic division, it will undergo the prenucleate. So the mycopylar and callagel end is formed. That is the nuclear type. So when in some cases, when wall formation takes place, it is usually by the formation of the cell plates which progress from the periphery of the sac towards the center, or they are from the apex portion. So this is also some other way, and almost all this మీకు ఎగ్జామ్ లో మెయిన్ గా వచ్చేది ఏంటిది అని అంటే ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్. మేజర్లీ ద ఎగ్జాంపుల్స్ ఆర్ ఆస్క్డ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఎంట్రన్స్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూ. సో ద న్యూక్లియర్ ఎండోస్పర్మ్ ఇన్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ హాస్టోరియా ఫార్మేషన్ అండ్ విచ్ పోర్షన్ micropylar or callagel, and what is the finger projections are present in which species, or in the Grevillea robusta. So what we called vermiform appendages in nuclear in the Crotalaria. So the haustoria is in which portion? Callagel region. So it is almost remains prenuclear and it elongates. It is the haustoria is formed the callagel portion, and nuclear endosperm what we call some of the coconut liquid form and solid form. So this is the examples in examination point of view. And second one is the cellular endosperm. So in this type, the first and most of the following divisions are accompanied by wall formation. So completely the wall formation is very important. Wall formation, and the sac is divided into several chambers. మనకి ఇక్కడనేమో ప్రీ న్యూక్లియర్ డివిజన్స్ ఆర్ అక్కర్ ఇన్ ద న్యూక్లియర్ ఎండోస్పర్మ్, బట్ ఇన్ ద సెల్ మీన్స్ చాంబర్ లైక్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సెల్యులార్ ఎండోస్పర్మ్, it is not very common. Only 25% of the angiosperms are having this type of the endosperm. So in this type of development, the division of primary endosperm nucleus. So that is the karyokinesis. Akkanemo manam cytokinesis. The cellular endosperm is the cytokinesis, but in the cellular endosperm, it is called karyokinesis. So it is followed by cytokinesis, and two cells are formed due to transverse divisions. It gives rise to the collagen and micropylar chambers. Further divisions is similar, which leads to the formation of the cellular endosperm. Okay, so what's the difference between nuclear and cellular? That is the karyokinesis, that is the cytokinesis, but cellular is the karyokinesis. This wall forming is compulsory in this process. So almost the cells are formed due to the transverse divisions. It gives rise to the collagen and micropylar chamber. Further division is similar, but it leads to the formation of the cellular endosperm. As per same, all the cells, free nuclear divisions are occur, but all the forming cells, they can surround by the wall, chamber-like structures. So some are the going to the towards the collagen, and some are coming the micropylar chamber. So it leads to the formation of the cellular endosperm. For example, Petunia, Balsam, Datura. These all are the best examples of the cellular endosperm. Okay, so the cellular endosperm is characterized by the absence of free nuclear stage. So free nuclear stage means almost divisions takes place, but immediately they are going to arrange a cells. Okay, so the division of primary endosperm nucleus and a few subsequent nuclear divisions are followed regularly by wall formation. So the occurrence of haustoria is a common feature of this type of the endosperm. Haustoria are very common in the cellular, but in the nuclear, only special cases, Grevillea and some of the Lawrentia and Crotalaria. So only those are formed the haustoria, but in the cellular, the haustoria is a common feature of the endosperm. It is more varied than these, that is the nuclear endosperm. So the haustoria may be micropylar or collagen and occasionally. So in the adjacents or sides also, the haustoria is formed present in the same plant. Okay. So in this, a very aggressive collagen haustorium is formed in the Iodina rhombifolia. This is a plant. So the haustorium is actually formed before fertilization. So before fertilization, మనకి ఇక్కడ ఏంటి అని అంటే, so after completion of the double and triple fission, the endosperm is formed, but the haustoria, not the endosperm, the haustorium is attached to that. It is actually formed before fertilization. So after fertilization, the division of the primary endosperm nucleus is followed by transverse partitioning of the central cell, resulting in the formation of a micropylar chamber and as per same collagen chamber. So in this, the endosperm proper derived from the micropylar chamber alone. That means the collagen chamber functions as an aggressive uninucleate and haustorium is attached to that. So the profuse branching at the free, just you can observe here, this is the diagrammatic cellular endosperm, stages in the development of cellular type of endosperm, same. So what the difference? Almost to these chambers, the dividing cells or chamber-like structures are presenting in this way. So that's why this is the cellular endosperm. One cell undergo the 2, 2, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128, whatever it may be, all the cells, they can makes them each and every as a chamber-like structures. So this is the cellular endosperm. In Nemophila, both the micropylar and collagen haustoria are found. So almost the majority portion as looking like a cellular endosperm. In this also, the embryo is embedded in that, but the endosperm tissue, it's looking like a cellular. So in impatiens, micropylar haustorium is produced through this cellular endosperm. And in this, so some examples like on the basis of the orientation of wall following the first 2 or 3 divisions, so the cellular endosperm has been divided into several subtypes. So in Adaxa, the first as well as the second division of the endosperm, mother cell is vertical, and within the result to 4 large cylindrical cells of the similar type are formed. So the third division is transverse, and it results in the formation of the 8 cells. They are arranged in a 2 rows. So the fourth division is also transverse, but further divisions are irregular. So in some Centranthus also, the first wall is longitudinal, but sometimes it may be oblique. So in some cases, transverse or longitudinal or oblique cases. Except in the plants, the first of the endosperm, that means the first division of the endosperm mother cell is generally transverse. For example, in the Willarsia. So Willarsia reniformis, in a row of 4 or more cells are formed. Usually the second division is vertical and subsequent walls are formed in different planes. So this is also some example. In Nemophila, so in the Nemophila, the family is the Hydrophyllaceae. In the genus Nemophila of the family, it belongs to the Hydrophyllaceae. The endosperm mother cell divides transversely, it forming the 2 approximately equal cells. So of which the lower functions directly as the collagen haustorium. So the upper portion cell divisions transversely and gives rise to a central cell, which functions as a micropylar haustorium. So this one is the micropylar haustorium, and collagen is the cellular endosperm is formed. So in other like other plants, so the Globaria, that means in few plants well developed and aggressive haustoria of all 3 kinds. So micropylar, collagen and secondary nucleus, they occur together and form a very efficient absorptive system. For example, Globularia vulgaris. So Globularia vulgaris also, it is formed as a same haustoria and cellular endosperm. So this is the second type, cellular endosperm. And in the third type, that is the helobial endosperm. This type is frequently found in the members of the order Helobiales. Helobia is very common in the Helobiales family. So this type is intermediate between the nuclear and the cellular. So it's very, very important. Helobial endosperm is the intermediate, that is the almost junction like మనకి రెండిట్లలో పైన ఉన్నటువంటి cellular and helobial. So intermediate between the nuclear and the cellular types. So in this type, almost the development of helobial endosperms intermediate between nuclear and the cellular types. So the first division is similar to the cellular endosperm and results in a large micropylar cell and small collagen cells. So the collagen cell mostly does not divide further and functions as a base cells. Ikkada almost the first divisions as per same in the cellular endosperm pattern. So as a result in the large micropylar place and small collagen place is occupied in that embryo cell. Okay. So the collagen cell mostly, it does not divide further and it function, it's look like a base. It gives a support to that micropylar portion. So the micropylar undergo the continuous cell divisions. It's similar to the nuclear endosperm. So it is in an intermediate type, a combination of both nuclear and cellular endosperm. For example, Erimrus. So that is also one. Helobial endosperm is more common in the monocotyledons. As I told you that, that is the, in this type, the first division is followed by the transverse wall. So this is the development of the helobial type, development of helobial type of endosperm in the Eremerus. So that means the first division is followed by transverse wall and it resulting in a micropylar and collageal chamber. Okay, so further divisions are generally pre-nuclear and may be formed by the micropylar chambers only. So this one, collageal is very low portion and micropylar is occupy the large portion. So it gives the support to collageal. It does not go the further divisions, but in the micropylar undergo the divisions to form the cellular. So first nuclear, then after cellular, both will presenting in this way. So that's why the helobial endosperm is the intermediate in between the cellular and nuclear endosperm type. Okay, so Eremerus is an example of a typical helobial endosperm. It is a almost typical helobial endosperm. Here the primary endosperm nucleus divides transversely. So it forming the two chambers like this. Two chambers are formed, a large micropylar and a small collageal. So in this, the free nuclear divisions occur in the both, but are more rapid in the micropylar chamber only. So two are going the pre-nuclear divisions, but more pre-nuclear divisions occur in the micropylar portion only. So thus, when four nuclear formed in the collageal chamber, 8 nuclear produced in the micropylar chamber. When the collageal chamber has 8 nuclei, the micropylar chamber contains the 16 nuclei. And when there are 30 to 32 nuclei in collageal chamber. Oh, hello. What's going on? Okay, that means all the divisions takes place in the collageal and micropylar, but double divisions occur in the micropylar only. So this is the way, and all the new formed cells, they can form that cellular chambers. So that's why two are formed in this. Just this is the three types of endosperm: nuclear endosperm, cellular endosperm, and helobial endosperm. So the nuclear endosperms are free nuclei. Cellular endosperms, they are almost they have the cell walls, they are the wall formation in all the places. And in the helobial, so the center is the free nuclei, that is the nuclear, and surroundings, they are surrounded by the cellular forms. So both are presenting in this, that is the helobial. And ruminate endosperm, so Areca catechu, మీకు కాచు అని చెప్పుకుంటాము, or other coconut also. So its ruminate endosperm is presenting in this, that is the types of the endosperm. So the ruminate endosperm in the family such as some Anonaceae, Myristicaceae, and Aristolochiaceae, Rubiaceae, and almost Palmae. So manaki telusu Palmae, and these all are the endosperm is irregularly ridged and furrowed, and it is termed as a ruminate endosperm. So ruminate means unequal, or they are almost roughly, or it is have that some ridges and furrows. ఎగుడు దిగుడుగా అంటే ఈక్వల్ గా ఉండకుండా ఉండేటటువంటిది. So the endosperm is irregularly ridged and furrowed. So that is termed as the ruminate endosperm. So in this, the first, the Periasamy in 1962 has defined the ruminate endosperm as one which exhibits some degree of irregularity and unevenness in the some plants. So that means which in turn is conditioned by the irregular inner surface of the seed pod. So the rumination of the endosperm, it develops as a result of invaginations of the outer tissue. So it will penetrate deeply and appear as dark wavy bands in the mature seeds. Or sometimes, so it develops as a result of unequal elongation of the cells of any one layer or the only layer of the seed pod. So in some cases, example, passiflora. passiflora also, that is looking like this ruminate endosperm. So this is the complete types of the endosperms. And what is the functions? So the main function of endosperm in this, the endosperm is important for the growth of an embryo, and it will stores the food material, food reserve material. Okay, so they supply nutrients and they provide protection to the developing embryo, and the endospermic tissues have shown to regulate gene expression and seed germination. So the main function, these tissues have shown the almost in the biotech gene expression and seed germination. So this endosperm, it induces a signals according to environmental conditions, and they regulates the embryonic growth also. So this endosperm contains the cytokinin. They will regulate the cellular differentiation. They will give, that means phytohormones, in that especially cytokinins are presenting in the endosperms. So they can regulate the cell divisions, cell differentiations. So it may induce abortion of seeds from the genetically mismatched cross-arms. And this is the endosperm hastoria. So that means the macadamia, ternifolia, the lower free nuclear part, they will form many lobes or projections which invade the nutritive tissue at the callagel end of the ovule and functions as the hastoria. Just to show the specific plants, macadamia, ternifolia. So they will have the lobes or projection. The nuclear pre-nuclear part forms as a lobes. Manaki maamuluga kuda lobes or projections are coming from this plant. So they can invade the nutritive tissue at the callagel end only. And Grevillea robusta. So the lower cenocytic part of the endosperm is very aggressive, and it will grow in the form of a spiral tubular worm-like appendage. So that it's look like a worm. So that's why it is called as the vermiform appendages. Just manaki ascaris etla worms untayo, worms laga. So the worm-like structure is presenting in the callagel portion. So that is vermiform appendages. In this type, the cell of the callagel region of the ovule practically get dissolved due to the activity of the hastoria. So that it is also called aggressive hastoria. In after stages, the vermiform appendages it will partitioned into many large chambers. So the cells formed in this way, it may be said secondary endosperm tissue also. Grevillea robusta. And Cucumis sativus. So endosperm of the Cucumis, it belongs to the Cucurbitaceae family. Just the callagel hastoria is presenting in this plant. So soon after the fertilization, the lower part of the embryo sac, it grows downward into a long tubular structure. So when the embryo is at the globular stage, the upper part of the endosperm becomes cellular, and that is designated as the endosperm proper. That means the lower free nuclear part of the endosperm further elongates and reaches the deep down in the callagel region. So the callagel hastoria consists of a dense cytoplasm and it varied size of the nuclei. So sometimes the tip of the hastorium becomes the swollen. Ikkada meeku maamuluga. So hastoria in swollen portion. So bulb-like structure, this hastoриum transport the nutrients to the developing embryo. So the main function of the hastoria or endosperm. So that means it is the main nutrient source for the developing embryo. So this is the ruminate, as I told you. So it shows the fringed outline or irregular crinkled margin. It bearing a such type of endosperm is called ruminate endosperm. Furrows and ridges. The outer layer looking like a furrows and ridges. So this is not a fourth type of endosperm. Almost up to here we are studied three types: cellular, nuclear cellular helobier. So it is also endosperm, but it's not a fourth type of endosperm. Any one of the endosperm, the cellular nuclear helobier may become. So all the among the three also, they may become ruminant endosperm also. Okay. So this type of endosperm is found in 32 angiosperm families. So in 1962, as I told you, the Periasamy worked extensively on ruminant endosperm. So the rumination of the endosperm is caused by the activity of the seed coat or by the endosperm itself only. So the rumination may be divided into three types. So the inner layer of the seed coat are uneven and the number of gaps in the interior region. So the surface of the endosperm growing rapidly and it fills all these cavities and form the ruminant endosperm. Okay. So in andrographis, in Cocoloba, so the rapid growth of the endosperm utilize the ephemeral nucleus and it digests during the early stages of the seed development. So as a result of this, the inner seed coat becomes the uneven. So and they are affecting the surface of the endosperm, making it ruminant. So with this, the completely the types of the endosperm and functions of endosperm and important characteristics of the endosperm and best example of the endosperm. So with this, the endosperm topic is over, I think. And over to Tirupati sir. Hello sir. Hello. Hello sir.